Shalom, everyone. Welcome back. Of course, the entire world is so troubled by the events that took place in Miami last week. How could something like that happen? A huge building, a tremendous building, just collapsed like that. It's unbelievable. It seems these days a lot of things are collapsing. The bleachers that collapsed and killed over 45 people in Meron, and then another tragedy that collapsed in a synagogue in Israel, another place in Israel, and now this. And many people have lost their loved ones in this terrible tragedy, and there's still so many people unaccounted for, many deaths, and it's possible it's only the beginning. The workers are working tirelessly. Workers from all over the world are coming into Miami to help with the work, and it's very tedious and it's very dangerous work. And we pray for the first responders who are in the building digging up the rubble, that they should be safe as well, and they should be successful in finding people who are underneath the rubble who are still alive, God willing. And as observant Jews, we ask the question: why did God cause this to happen? Why did God allow this to happen? It's just hard to believe. But we shouldn't lose track of the fact that this was not a God created tragedy. This was a man created tragedy. It was people who built those buildings, and it was people who allowed the buildings to stand and to be occupied, even though inspectors came years ago and said that the building is unsafe, that the beams were being eroded by the humid salt air of southern Florida, and the leaking that was taking place in the swimming pool area, and so many other problems. The creaking and the building was being eroded from inside. It desperately needed repair, and it wasn't being taken care of. And certainly, this is the tragedy that I think after all the rubble is cleared away and we find out who is alive, the questions will start coming in torrents. How did people allow this to happen? And certainly the building inspectors and the owners of the building and the maintenance people of the building will be held accountable to find out why this tragedy took place. So we find sometimes that very often God wasn't so much involved in it. God sat in the back. God created the world, and God gave us the um, the the raw materials to build this beautiful world of ours. But it's a question of what we're going to do with those raw materials, how we're going to use them, and how we're going to take care of this world. Because the world, just like any other structure, needs to be taken care of. It needs to be updated. It needs to be repaired from time to time. And this is the idea of Tikkun Olam, repairing the world, making the world into a safe, a better place that people can live. Unfortunately, many people will lose their faith over something like this. How can God allow this to happen? But if anything, we should lose our faith in man as a result of this. How could people allow this to happen? People knew the problems there. They knew that the building was unsafe. How did they allow it to happen and to remain in that situation, and for people to occupy that building knowing the dangers that were there? So when God gives us a world, it's our job to repair it. It's our job to take care of it, to make sure that the world is a safe, beautiful place for all of us to live. And I think that's one of the most important lessons of this whole tragedy, and that is to take care of the world that God gave to us. God gave us a beautiful world, and let's take care of it. So we hope and pray that they should find more survivors, and they should be healthy and well and return back to their families. And we pray for all the families that have lost loved ones, that they should be comforted among the mourners of Zion and Jerusalem and experience no more tragedy. And above all, that the people should learn from this tragedy and to make the world into a better place. Shalom, and have a good week.